So guys, is God warning you not to date someone? And how would he tell you? How would he show you? What's up guys? How you doing? I'm Paul.
I'm Morgan.
And this is the Paul and Morgan, the Paul and Morgan Show. Today's video, 5 signs God is warning you not to date someone.
Eyebrow hanging.
Oh. Makeup artist, you should have seen this.
Guys, we're doing a partnership with Sashka Co. Okay, so they sent us lots of these bracelets. So cute.
Present me with one.
Okay, wait. This one is a little bit bigger, so... There we go. Beautiful. And it comes with a little card in it. It says, this bracelet was hand crocheted bead by a skilled artisan in the Kathmandu Valley of Nepal. Your purchase empowers women to rise above poverty through fair trade. They're not plastic, they're glass beads. They're very well made, really awesome. I picked out this one, 2 of these. I got 2 of these. And then I picked out this white one, and it has like a rose gold metal piece on it.
That actually is really pretty.
And it says hope. Hello, have hope and be free. And then I got this black one that says fearless on it in rose gold.
Good job, babe.
Because my word for 2019 is fearless.
Very original. What? It's great. That's great. Brilliant.
This is a really cool company. They are all about fair trade and empowering women to get the job, get the money, get out of the poverty that they're living in. And they just want to help women and their families get out of those situations, which is awesome. A huge part of your purchase goes towards helping that. So very cool. Definitely check them out. The link to their website will be in our description box. They have an Instagram. Their bracelets are just really pretty and fun, guys. And they're not that expensive, so definitely go and check them out, y'all. Now watch us as we model them for you.
I've been modeling the whole time.
I know you have, but now it's my turn.
Alright guys, real quick, if you are new here, we are making Christian advice videos on life, love, and dating to help you have hope.
And be free!
So subscribe. Here we go.
Wow, what a psycho!
So guys, is God warning you not to date someone? Let's just jump right into it. Morgan, what's the number 1 thing that we have?
When you're with them and you feel like you can't actually be yourself.
I have gone out on dates that have been, good dates, but as I get to know the person further, it's just like our lives are on very different trajectories. Is that the word? Their crowd, the way they spend money, the way that they approach certain values, it's just very different. It doesn't mean that they're a bad person or they're not walking with God. There's always going to be things in someone else that are different than you, but I think you get what we're saying. These big things that are causing you not to be able to just truly be who God has created you to be. You're always kind of on edge. Am I enough for this person? Is my way of life gonna work with their way of life? And it's just causing this tension and anxiety.
I feel like I've gone on a few dates before where I was talking to this guy and I'd hear him talk and I'd be like, oh yeah, I like that too. When I didn't like that at all, or I had no idea what it was. And then there would just be times when I felt like I had to act more sophisticated, and so I just felt like, oh dear, I wonder if this person would actually like me if when they really get to know me, are they gonna really like me? The answer to that was no, not always. They didn't end up liking me when they found out who I really was. God wouldn't put you with someone where you had to pretend to be something you're not.
The number 2 warning that God might give you if you're dating the wrong person is if pretty much right out of the gate, early on, you realize you're compromising your morals. And these could be physical, they're likely to be physical, but if you're just compromising in general, I'm just thinking out loud, the Bible talks about staying away from crude joking. And if when you're with this person and you realize oh man, I'm starting to say stuff that is not me, it's not godly.
Yeah, or you find out, oh, this guy that I like, I know that he's done stuff with girls in the past, and I don't know if he'll want to go out on a date with me if he hears me say, oh well, I'm saving this and this for marriage and I don't want to cross these lines. Maybe I just shouldn't tell him, or maybe I should act kind of laid back about it, like, oh yeah, like I want to save that, but if it happens, it happens. Like, if you start realizing that you're thinking those thoughts in your mind of maybe it's not that big of a deal, no, that person's not for you, because God would never put you with a person that makes you compromise your morals, makes you compromise what the Bible says.
There should be unity in the boundaries. You might have to discuss, you might have to get on the same page, but there shouldn't be this consistent, one person's trying to stick to boundaries and the other one keeps pushing them to compromise. Red flags.
And maybe it's not even a physical boundary or moral that you set. Maybe it's I'm a Christian, but I don't like to go to church, so I don't ever want to go to church. And you're like, oh, well, yeah, I mean, he says he's a Christian, so, I mean, that's okay that he doesn't go to church. But in your heart of hearts, you're like, I really want a man who is dedicated to going to church with me and raising our kids in the church. Like, but you're, like, trying to compromise that. Like, don't do that.
Yeah.
Number 3, you're having to push too hard to make it work. / you're doing all of the work to keep this conversation going, to keep the relationship up, to make plans to go on dates, stuff like that.
I think that's just more of like a practical red flag. If you're doing all the work, that probably means the other person is not as invested in the relationship. I've been in relationships where I really want it to work out, so I'm pushing and pushing, and at some point you just have to be willing to let it go and be like, they're not as into me as I am into them.
It's hard to accept that sometimes, because you're like, no, I really think that if this person would just give us a chance, we could work. But accept that God is not allowing that chance to happen because it's not made for you for some reason that you won't know maybe ever.
Hate to break it to you, but the other person might not like you. Or they might be like, I mean, literally it's sad, but some girls or guys are okay with just leading the other person on. Maybe just to have arm candy or whatever, but they're not really into it. They don't really care about you in the relationship. Don't settle for that.
Yeah.
Another warning sign could be if your family and friends all do not feel good about this person that you're dating. That's one of the biggest things. If your family is saying, hey, I don't have a good feeling about this, whether they're giving you all these really good reasons or maybe they're just like, I just don't feel good in my spirit, don't ignore that. There is such a thing as your mom or dad being like, this is my precious little girl, she's the best in the world and no guy deserves her.
Or, this is my precious little boy and no girl deserves him.
So that's a real thing, but if, like Morgan said, that continues to all the people around you that are, because some people see things that you don't, and if you allow infatuation to creep in early on, then it can be really hard to see obvious red flags. It can be easy to miss those. So I would highly recommend that you're going to people around you and saying, how do you feel about this relationship that I'm in? Do you see some things that I don't? Do you feel good about it?
Yeah, that's a great idea.
Thanks, babe. I mean, that's a pretty good idea, isn't it?
Okay. Number 5. You're so dramatic.
Morgan, I think you are the queen. Wow, Squishy just bit my pinky really hard. Not cool, dog. I took you on a big run this morning.
A big run.
You better be grateful.
It was like 3 minutes long.
I feel like, Morgan, you are the queen of number 5. So what is it?
Number 5 is you get a gut feeling. You have a gut feeling, which in my opinion, the Holy Spirit is speaking to you.
I like to call it
stomach.
Unrest.
Sometimes God will put us in uncomfortable situations that we're not used to, that we're very confused about. We're like, how do we go about this, Lord? Paul, he had to search for a little while to find that peace, but he did find it in our relationship, in our engagement and whatnot.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, I specifically sought the Lord saying, Lord, you need to reveal to me, is Morgan the one to marry? And in the end, he spoke to my heart and said, my blessing is on your marriage with this woman. So he ended up giving me peace. But it wasn't necessarily just all rainbows and butterflies and peace throughout our relationship. There were times when I was scared, times when I was nervous.
You're being so bad.
But ultimately, the Lord gave me peace.
I had someone message me and say, hey, Morgan, there's this guy. He seems to be like a really good guy. He says he's a Christian. We talk about God, but he doesn't go to church at all, and he never really has, and he says that he doesn't ever want to. And that kind of scares me. because I don't want that necessarily. She said specifically, I have this gut feeling that the Lord is telling me to move on and just focus on my relationship with him. And she was like, what should I do? And I was like, girl,
easy.
Go with that gut feeling.
Go with the gut.
Because it's more than just a feeling. It's this like little seed of wisdom that the Lord plants inside of you and is like trying to water it and grow it and help you understand what he's trying to show you.
And the Lord can speak to other people to help you as well. Guys, we forgot to do a thumbs up and comment below. So give a thumbs up if you appreciated this video.
Comment below and let us know if you appreciated the 5 signs that we had.
And if you have any to add, if you've been through anything like this and felt the Lord warn you not to date someone, how did he warn you? Encourage the fam. We would love to go deeper with you guys and have you support us on Patreon, support what we're doing on this channel.
Also, just so you know that when we hit that 500 goal, not only are we going to dress up as Disney princes, we are going to donate $1,500 to an awesome organization chosen by our patrons. Don't forget to check out Sashka Co. and buy one of their super pretty bracelets, because they're beautiful and they help a very awesome cause. So check out the link in our description.
Awesome. You guys have a wonderful rest of your day. We will catch you again very soon. Have hope.
And be free.
Morgan, I feel like you had a good quote in one of our other videos about if it's something your gut, blah, 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 blah.
If it's in your gut,
yeah,
kick
something.
it in the butt. Trust your gut, I'm telling you what.
That's pretty good.